Hello everyone, it's Nady, and welcome to this month's Best and Worst of Beauty, also known as Yady or Nady. As you beautiful people know, this is about the products, not the people behind them. Any tiff you may have with them, please cast it away, because this is a channel of positive energy. Okay? Thank you. I'm so freaking excited for this month's Best and Worst of Beauty because we actually have quite a few products that are yays. I do have a few things that I abso-fucking-lutely hate, and a few that are kind of in between there, but for the most part, things were good. If you're new to my channel, hey, how you doing? But this is when I like to take all the things that I've tested kind of over the last month and group them into categories from lowest to highest. But now that I've had like a month-ish to really test this shit out, I can finally give you my final verdict on these products. Some of this is shit I filmed with, some of it isn't, but for the most part, usually it's things that I've already reviewed and tested further. So let's get right into this bullfuckery and start with the hates. Ah shit, I don't even know where this product is because I literally wanted it out of my sight, and that is the Butter London Roller Lash. What in the hell was anybody thinking when they came out with the original one? We definitely don't need another version, and oddly enough, I've seen a bunch of brands come out with them lately, yet I've seen nobody that can actually make a good wing with them. Like, you can line your eye perfectly, but you cannot do a good flick and get a good tip, and honey, what is life without a good tip? Cause I'm that hoe that likes it nice and long, especially when it comes to my wing, and if I can't cut a bitch with that wing, then I am not happy. Actually, you know what? It's gotta be up here somewhere. No, I have no idea where the fuck it went, which is totally fine with me. I love the shit out of Butter London, but that product, it is just a big pass. So too, unfortunately, are the Jeffree Star lip liners. Like, don't even get me started. The packaging is adorable as fuck. I mean, look at how cute these are. Like, it's a cute little wand. I feel like a gay fairy. Gay for you, gay for you, gay for everyone. I'm like a gay Oprah. But unfortunately, as much as I love Jeffree Star Cosmetics, I hate these with a passion. Not only because they were so damn expensive, but this is after one use. What the hell? And I've tried these so many times since I got them, trying to make them work. I've lined just the outer part of my mouth like a fucking 90s porn star. I've tried going lighter with it, but it seems like any way that I try these, it's just so uncomfortable on my lips. Like, it really dries them out. It's like sucking the spit and life from them. And I feel like we've come so far with lip liner formulas, and this is like a step back 20 years. Like, I had to heat these up with a lighter like the old Wet n Wild lip liners, and I have $4 lip liners that go on so creamy, so pigmented, they're really moisturizing. They don't let your lipstick feather, they last all day. And so to spend 16 bucks a piece on these, that to me is just a little bit redonkulous. I couldn't tightline my upper lash because it was just too dry and waxy of a formula. They work amazing on the lower lash waterline, but I'm not gonna pay $16 for something that I can only use on the lower waterline. And one of the magical things about makeup is that what works for one person might not work for the other, and I did see that these worked on certain people, but they didn't work for me. What also didn't really work for me is the last item on my list, which is Model's Own Cover It Full Coverage Concealer. I actually own a shit ton of Model's Own product. I've been stashing it to do a full face of it, and the other day I just busted this out because I was really curious about it, and it kind of looked like shit on me. Like literal shit. Like if a bird aimed its ass towards me and splat on my face, that's what this looked like. And when I do the full face of Model's Own product, I will give this another try, but with the foundation that I used this with, which I think was Dior's Backstage Foundation, it just broke up on me. It got super creasy and really patchy. I know you do sometimes kind of have to be careful when you play around with full coverage concealers, but this just did not play nicely with me. And I can't remember, but I think the last Model's Own product that we reviewed, I really didn't like, and so I was kind of hoping this would redeem the brand for me, but it really didn't. I definitely do like some of their products, but I'll save it and talk about those when I do a full face of Model's Own, which brings us to our next category, meh. And let's kick this off with yet another Jeffree Star product. We have the Liquid Highlight. This is actually teetering on the cusp of my meh and yes category. This started off on my absolute hates, but then once I put it on my body, I actually really like this. The only thing keeping this product in the meh category is the fact that this has huge ass glitter chunks. From a distance, it looks so beautiful, but then once you get within like 2 or 3 feet, all I see on my arm is like craft glitter. Like I walk through fucking Joann Fabrics with a 2-year-old. But it has great lasting power. I think in the summer this would look so pretty, especially if you're doing photo shoots, but I just wish it had more of like a metallic sheen rather than big ass particles of glitter. Next up on our meh category, we have the Makeup Revolution, the Needs palette. Oh god, this palette. I honestly don't want to touch it because I feel like if I say anything about it, my career will be ended. But the palette, I think the quality is just okay. I was really curious to try the Wants palette and I was about to go get it, but then a shitstorm came with it. It looked so beautiful and I really wanted to review it, but I'm not gonna review it anymore because heaven forbid somebody voices their opinion. I just can't, but I am glad that I ended up reviewing this guy, which after using this a few more times, my opinion is still pretty much the exact same as it was in the review, which is yes, this is okay quality, but only for the eyes. Like these face powders are total shit. I would not put them on my face. I do think the face powders work marvelously on the eyes, but the setup of it just isn't brush friendly, at least not for the brushes that I normally use. The pigmentation is absolutely great. I love them on the eyes. Like they're very, very pretty. Like I said, I think what just really bums me out about this palette is the face powders. Like they don't match my skin tone at all, so I can't really use them for that, and I think that really limited the demographic as to who's gonna buy this. Again, I think they're beautiful on the eyes. That's why it's not in the no category, but it's not in the yes because half of it it is just kind of like a throwaway to me. Like, I almost wish she just came out with a mini palette of just the eyeshadows. I know she was wanting to create something for her own complexion, which is totally okay, but when you're dealing with a mass market, you kind of gotta be a little bit more inclusive. And next up, we have the Too Faced Tutti Frutti palette. This is totally another one of those products where it's kind of on the cusp of yes and meh, because I think the quality of this is so good. It is so beautiful, it blends out, it's super pigmented, it's just the fucking smell. I am not a fan of fragrance and cosmetics, especially when it comes to eyeshadow. Like, I have very sensitive eyes, and I know I'm not alone when it comes to that, and fragrance, more often than not, just irritates the fuck out of my poor little eyeballs. And it's not like the fragrance is even doing anything, like it's not making this last longer, it's not making the shadows somehow perform better, so I mean, what the fuck is the point? Like, I get it's their shtick to make it smell like whatever it's based off of, I'm just glad it's based on berries and not like cheese or eggs or feet. Next up, we have my favorite category, which has the Yas products, and we're gonna start that off with the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. I got this little bitch in this month's BoxyCharm, and at first I didn't quite like it because the formula is on the wet side, but now after I've used it a few times, this is literally all I've been using. It's not like this is one of those magical mascaras that says it's gonna make my lashes look 8,000 times bigger, but I really like the fact that this separates each individual lash, which I guess does kind of make them look bigger and fuller, and I really like that after wearing this for a few hours, it's not all over my face, like it doesn't crumble off my lashes. I have no clue how much this is because I didn't technically buy it, but I love everything about it, even down to how simple the wand is. I love how straight it is, I love how long it is, not that there's anything wrong with a wand with a little bit of curve. Nor a short one, because after all, it's not about the size, it's about how you use it. Next up, we have a palette whose quality is fucking superb. I've heard so many good things about this brand, and after using this palette, this bitch is a fan. What am I talking about? Oh, honey, I'm talking about the Sugarpill Trixie Mattel palette. This beast is killer. Like, the mattes just feel so buttery and creamy, the pigmentation is out of this world. They blend like nothing I've ever used in my entire life. Okay, maybe that's a little bit dramatic, but this shit is good. Not only do I love the fact that this is a palette from one of my all-time favorite queens, but I believe Sugarpill is an indie brand, isn't it? I feel like it has to be. There's no way this kind of quality can come from a big mainstream brand. It's just like the rule of makeup, indie always wins. And even though this next brand is far from being indie, their products are slaying the fucking game lately. And that brand would be Wet n Wild, specifically their Hello Halo highlighters, like holy hell. These little shits are not only blinding as fuck, but they don't disturb your makeup when you put them over foundation, and best of all, they are so freaking inexpensive. I think they have like 7 shades in total, and they're around $5. I got these for $2.50 a piece on sale, so I mean, it does not get cheaper than that. And the colors are just so damn pretty. Like, I put these in body lotion and spread them over my body, and they look so good. We did just test these against the Jeffree Star highlighters, and they do both have great qualities, but when it comes to makeup on the face, these totally win. And just in case you need even more of a glowgasm, we have our second to last product, which is the Juvias Place Royalty Highlighters. These are magnifique. So stunning, so beautiful, so simple, and you only need the tiniest amount. Like, one of these little bitches would last you forever. When I originally got these, I thought that I was gonna hate them because I typically don't like loose highlighters, but this little bitch has been one of my go-to highlighters ever since I got it. Usually what I'll do is just shake it up and then use whatever's on the cap. Like, that is plenty for both sides of my face, and I will beam like the fucking sun. Like, look at that. Oh my god. This is probably one of my all-time favorite highlighters, plus I also love the fact that I can drop this and it won't break. Like, oh no, I don't have to worry about a shattered pan. For the most part, I'm just so in love with Juvia's Place. I have pretty much every single palette of theirs, and I am so happy to have these in my collection. I think they're just out of this world. And finally, we have our last product, which is this delicious guy right here. Truthfully, I was a little bit skeptical when it came time to reviewing this because normally their products I absolutely hate the smell of. Need I pull out that fucking berry palette again? But this, I just love the smell of it. The only downside is that you keep smelling it, like, until you wash the shit off, which is kind of a shame because the quality of this is so damn good. They're super pigmented, they blend out like a dream, they last for fucking ever. I really like the fact that there's color in here. The shimmers, all except for Frostbite Me, are great. Really, other than the smell, I don't have that many complaints about this. I know for some people though, this was a little bit inconsistent. Like, some people's palettes seem to be a little bit ashy, some smelled weird. Fortunately, I got a normal one and I love the shit out of this. Totally recommend this. I've used it so many times since getting it. It's just some good shit. But there you go. Like always, please be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell down below so that you're notified anytime I upload a new video. Don't forget my newest collection of highlighters, including Black Ice, which does change from black to white, is available at thepoplux.com. Also, my latest album, Kiss of Fame, is available everywhere online that music is sold. Thank you so much to everyone who's supporting them. Comment down below, let me know what you thought of this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at OfficialNady, and you can follow me online at thepoplux.com. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you again soon. Bye!